Not a beast of burden, a friend. Carlos Carrasquero. I don't remember when the world started tilting. Only that the reins kept slipping from my fingers, and some distant part of me wondered why the ground refused to greet me. My vision wavered like heat mirages over dry stone, the trees stretching tall and unfamiliar, their shadows too long, too thin. I must have slept, or fainted, or dreamed. But always, always, beneath me, there was the steady sway of him. Pinecone. My stubborn, loyal mountain of a horse pushing forward, though I could feel every tremor in his muscles. He was never meant to be a horse for riding, too stubborn, too wild, and angry, Papa had said. They were going to butcher Pinecone and turn him into winter sausage, Papa had said, before I went out that winter night, and only talked to Pinecone through the night, through the cold, until he allowed me to touch his side. Pinecone became my horse that night, not a beast of burden, a friend. I murmured something. I meant it to be, "I'm awake," or "I'm sorry," or maybe, "You can rest." But it tumbled out as a cracked whisper that even I didn't understand. Pinecone flicked an ear back, a tiny motion, grounding me more than any touch. I clung to his mane, forehead pressed against the warm arch of his neck. His coat was damp. I didn't know if it was sweat or my fever leaking out of me. The path blurred. I thought I saw lights glittering like angry fireflies, but they vanished when I blinked. My stomach twisted emptily. I couldn't recall the last time I'd eaten. A day? 2? Time had folded itself strangely after the storm on the ridge. We'd been looking for a shortcut. We'd found a ravine instead. "I shouldn't be up here," I mumbled. You shouldn't be carrying me." But Pinecone kept walking. Each step was slower than the last, but purposeful, deliberate, like Pinecone was stitching the trail together with the last threads of his strength. His breathing rasped beneath me. I lifted my head, trying to force my eyes to focus, but everything doubled, then smeared like wet paint. Something in the distance glowed soft and amber. Home? I tried to sit straighter, failed, and slumped forward again. Pinecone shifted to balance me, nudging his shoulder up as though Pinecone could physically hold me in the saddle by will alone. I felt the world pull to the side again, darkness nibbling at the edges. "No," Pinecone seemed to say with a grunt. Not yet. The lights grew clearer. A roofline, smoke curling from chimneys, the sound of water splashing from the old square fountain. Voices. Real voices, not the whispers the trees had been making earlier. "We made it," I breathed, hardly aware of the tears slipping down my face. He stepped onto the village road. I felt his whole body shudder. One more step. Another. His legs lurched like he was walking through mud. I whispered his name. At least, I think I did. Then, at last, he halted. Someone shouted. Footsteps rushed toward us. My horse exhaled a long, trembling sigh, the kind he used to make after a long ride when he'd earned his rest. But this time, the sigh kept going, fading into something that frightened me. He folded beneath me, carefully, gently, lowering himself so I slid off instead of falling. Hands caught me. The world spun away. But just before darkness claimed me, I felt his muzzle nudge my shoulder. One last touch, a promise kept. Pinecone brought me home even if it cost him everything.